What is good? What is good? Hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday, November the 10th. It's about 4 p.m., 4:05 p.m. on the East Coast here in the Bronx, New York City. What's good, everybody? Going to talk a little boxing today. My name is the Boxing Casual. I am the casual boxing fan. I am the cousin of Tommy D, aka Thomas from the Bronx, representing TD Sports Talk, and we're here to talk some boxing today. And I'm the casual boxing fan for the reason because I spit out crazy issues about boxing that pretty much everybody disagrees with. I'm going to actually drop the link if anybody want to come and talk some boxing as well. I just got to see if I know any of you guys from watching the channel. You know what I'm saying? So Tom is in the living room watching football. And so let's see who's in the building. The Jab Jamboree. That's Akricha from the usual suspects. Salute to you, bro. Hope all is well. My man Crush the Legend. Yoda Crush. What is it? You're the world's most entertaining man or something like that. But the world's most knowledgeable man. Something like that. Forgive me. This is not Thomas. This is, the casual boxing fan. But salute to you, Crush. If you want to come up, you could come up as well. And my man, Mr. Shelton, how you doing? AKA Cody Child's fan. No, was it Cody? I forget what is his name, but he says I sound like I do sound. We're related. We do sound alike. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna show myself on camera just yet, but we're two different people. We sound alike, but we're not alike. Kui, what's going on? Salute to you. What's good? What's happening? Hope all is well. Hope all is well with everybody today. Unnecessary flag in the play, unnecessary deriding, 15 yards, maybe more, of these boxing fans out here. This is for some of these boxing fans that just crazy, shooting crazy narratives, saying the craziest things, and not being held accountable for what they say and what they do on their channels. And you know what? It's your channel. You do what you like. Just like this is, our channel, and we do what we like. And the opinions and views of myself, not always in agreement with Thomas from the Bronx. Just want you guys to know that we're two different people. We tend to agree on a lot of things, but just throwing that out there. But it's crazy. We had some good fights yesterday and Friday. I'm gonna go straight to it. The title of the show. I scored the fight even yesterday between Boots and a guy named Karen. Right? Let's just say that. I don't want to say his last name, but let's just say it's a guy named Karen. I think that fits well. So Boots versus Karen, I scored it a draw. How I scored it a draw? Well, easy. I gave Karen 7 rounds, and I gave Boots 5 rounds. It was a draw because Boots scored a knockdown, and there was a point taken away for holding by Karen. So therefore, that's why it's a draw on my scorecard. But some people had Boots winning. Some people were not satisfied with Boots's performance yesterday, just like myself, and some people still gave him a win, and I have no problem with that. It was I saw a close fight in my eyes, and I thought the fight, you could have gave it 6 rounds to 6, therefore Boots would win the fight by a point. But yeah, man, I was not impressed, man. I was pretty much let down by the performance of Boots, and here's why. He's defensively irresponsible. He got hit with too many shots clean. I mean, I'm not talking about pity-pat punches. He got hit flushed numerous times. He was getting hit with the same hooks too. I mean, we gotta hold some accountability to these fighters and the mistakes they made, and he made a lot in that fight. On top of that, he fought a guy he already fought 12 rounds with. Where were the adjustments? Now, mind you, it wasn't the same Karen from the first fight, but and obviously Karen made some adjustments. Karen fought totally different, but Boots was not prepared for that Karen, and there were no adjustments made throughout the fight. The only adjustments made throughout the fight was Boots yelling at his trainer throughout the fight, which I thought was terrible, and I thought it was a bad look. I don't know how you guys, what you guys thought. Like I said, I'll drop the link if anybody want to talk about it. But I thought that was a terrible look. Salute to you, Daniel Bard. Salute to you. Thanks for coming through. Hope all is well. But back to this. I thought that was very irresponsible of Boots. I thought it made him look bad, and now people are going to call to fight him. Already Virgil Ortiz is talking trash. You got the Mr. Twitter himself, Ryan Garcia, talking trash. Blair the Flair Cobbs called him out last night, but Blair the Flair Cobbs has been calling Boots out for a minute. But this is what happens, right? When you have a performance like that, all of a sudden fighters are going to come out and want to fight you, which I think that's a good thing. So it's kind of good that he had a quote unquote a letdown fight, because to me it was a letdown fight. Now, is it just a letdown fight, or is this just who Boots is? Right? I think that is the question, that everybody should be asking. Is this the Boots we saw last night? Is this Boots as a fighter, or was it an off night, or was it, were they fooled because of, it was a different Karen, were they just not prepared as they should have been? I mean, what do you guys think? Me personally, I think this is Boots, and I think he was unprepared, and a little bit of both. Why I say that is because I've seen Boots get hit with flush shots before. People may not take notice of it because usually, he stops guys, pretty early in fights, right? And you don't get to it. But even in the Delorme fight where he stopped Delorme in the first round, he got caught with a big right hand by Delorme, and he took it well. One thing we can say about Boots, he got a good chin, right? He got a good chin. He could take a good punch. I don't know how hard Karen is as a puncher, but from the looks of it, it's either he doesn't have a good punch, he doesn't have power, or Boots has a good chin, because he got hit flush a few times. And I've seen Boots buckle twice in that fight last night. So I don't know, guys. I don't know what you guys think, but I definitely thought Karen, did well enough to earn a draw, which therefore makes, Boots still the champion, right? Because you can't win a championship fight on a draw. So, but yeah. Another fight I want to bring up was on Friday night. We saw a fight between top prospect Abdullah Mason and I forget the guy's name, but I know he's Dominican. I know he's from the Bronx. And we've seen Abdullah Mason in a position we've never seen him before, right? We're so used to Abdullah Mason just beating guys up and just knocking guys out, hurting guys, stopping guys. And, he got dropped. Hold on one second. Let me see who this is. What's good? Is this Mr. Shelton?
Hey, Thomas.
First name Mr., last name Shelton?
Yeah, that's what my mama named me.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Hold on, let me take this off the screen.
Hey, how you doing, Thomas?
How you doing?
We're talking about you ain't Thomas, like we don't know your voice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
It's not Thomas. I'll prove it to you. I'll put the camera on in a minute. I don't know why you wouldn't believe me, but
Charles, man, I know what Thomas sounds like.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, my friend, but this is the casual boxing fan, aka the boxing casual. So
that's your alter ego.
But if you want to call it alter ego, you can call it alter ego. But we're two different people, two different mindsets. Jose Diaz, what's good? Salute to you, man. What's going on? And I don't know, but how you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing all right. I'm on this side of the dirt. I can't complain.
Shit, I feel you. What did you think of the Boots fight?
Yeah. I think it could have been a draw, but the obvious point deduction and the knockdown early in the fight. But I didn't know what the fuck those judges were thinking. That was not as lopsided as they, put it out there.
Yeah, you're right. I forgot to mention that too. You're right. There was one judge that had it 117, 110 or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy.
That was crazy. I mean, obviously, I knew that Boots was not going to lose the decision in his home crowd. I mean, that's obvious. But the score should have been a lot closer than what it was. You know? And I have no problem saying, people saying that Boots won, because you could say it was a close fight. I mean, the rounds were extremely close, though, right? It was not like there was really any definitive rounds. Like the first round, I thought was close, but I scored it for Karen. But you could have scored it for Boots. That was a real close round. I thought round 11 was close, but I scored that one for Karen. I thought
a
Karen
lot of those rounds could have went either way because they were both giving and taking.
Yeah, pretty much. And they both had spurts, but like 30-second spurts, and where one would come on and get some clean shots, like boom, 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 and then 30 seconds later, the other guy returned the favor. What's good, Joe Townsend? Salute to you, Puerto Rican and the sharecropper. That's a great mix.
Hey, that sounds like a show title.
Yo, you know what? You might have to do that. The Puerto Rican and
the sharecropper.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Now. I've been called Mississippi sharecropper for so long till fuck it, I'm a sharecropper.
Yeah, but we won't. We just put the sharecropper. I think that's perfect.
The sharecropper, bitch, better have my sweet potatoes.
But yeah. So I'm glad you came up and you gave your view of the fight as well. I mean, as far as I know you're a Boots fan. I'm a Boots fan. And sometimes as fans, and sometimes as fans we expect more and we want to see the best for the guys that we root for. And
right.
And in my opinion, as a fan of Boots, I was disappointed. You just had 12 rounds with this guy before. Where were the adjustments? Where was the
did they train for him to do what he did the first time, maybe? And wasn't prepared for him to sit in front of him?
Probably. I mean, who knows?
That's what I'm thinking.
I mean, stick talk, Rachel. Give Karen the credit. Give Karen his credit. He was tough and very crafty, using veteran tactics, holding to keep Boots from generating offense and throwing hooks in the break. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. But in those cases, it's stuff like that, and it's a veteran tactic. Boots has 30-something fights. I believe 32 fights, if I'm not mistaken. Right? 32 fights. He could be considered a veteran as well. And as veterans, you got to know those tricks and you got to learn to overcome it. And I think him complaining a little too much, left a bad taste in my mouth as a fan. And him talking to his corner in the middle of the rounds, saying, I think he was saying to the extent he said, "I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him." And the corner wasn't as good as either. They were not given the best instructions as well, right? Yeah. So definitely got to give credit to Karen, and we gotta call it the way we see it. I mean, if we're going to say that Boots is a great fighter, which even though I'm criticizing him in the performance, I do believe he's a great fighter, then we have to give credit to Karen and say he's a good fighter. We can't say, he fought a bum. Because Karen just went 24 rounds with the IBF champion. You can't say he's a bum. He's a good fighter. He's a good pro. So, I want people to understand that and give him his credit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And then he won 3 fights in a row after he lost the first time.
Yep.
2 by knockout and 1 by decision.
Yep.
So shit, he can fight. I think those are his only losses to Boots, right?
No, I think he's got another loss besides that. I'll double check. I think he lost the fight before, so I think that's his 3rd loss. But I'll double check. I could be wrong. I think that was his 3rd loss. I don't think he was undefeated, but I could be wrong. I'll double check that right now. I think he had a loss already, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So he's got 3 losses now. So he lost a decision a while ago, early in his career. Second fight. So he lost the second fight in the Ukraine. So his second pro fight. Wow, it was a 3-rounder. It's crazy. So it must be one of those shows that says Super 8 Super welterweight tournament. So it was a 3-round fight. Interesting, a 3-round pro fight. So it was a tournament I guess they must have had in the Ukraine. But yeah, so he lost a split decision. So so technically we could say it's a second really pro fight as as far as like maybe 6 rounds or more. But yeah, I mean, the tough guy. Now I want to see Karen fight somebody in the top, in the top 10, maybe top 15 at welterweight, and let's see how good he really is. I don't think it's a fluke. You can't say 24 rounds is a fluke, right?
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He is a good fighter.
Another fight I want to bring to mention is we started talking about a little bit was the Abdullah Mason fight. I see people already criticize him. Some people giving him his props because, sometimes you need that early in your career, but some people saying, oh, is he a little bit OR because, he got dropped. And, what's fair is fair. So you can be critical, but I think we got to be fair and say, that Abdullah Mason is the real deal. Like, I mean, he's still a prospect. I still think he's a real deal. I don't think he's a fluke. I don't think he's, a overrated prospect or whatever other things that people may say just because he got dropped. I brought this up with a couple people already. Oscar De La Hoya, an Olympic gold medalist, in his 12th or 13th pro fight, he was dropped by, it was undefeated guy, a guy from Italy, Giampinelli or something, Giancapinelli, something like that, some Italian. And he got dropped within like the first 20 seconds of the round. I don't know if anybody remembers that. It was like a left hook, and he dropped Oscar. He went flat on his back. And Oscar came back, and Oscar dropped him and stopped him in like the second or third round. And look at Oscar had a great career. So, we can't let knockdowns, determine, the value of a fighter, or the strengths of a fighter.
Yeah, and he wasn't really hurt when he got knocked down.
Yeah, he wasn't. It was a flash knockdowns. Caught in exchange pretty much. So, but one thing about Abdullah is his power is legit. His power, I think his punching power is the real deal.
Dude, he wasn't right after he got knocked down that first time when he caught him with that uppercut. He was on Queer Street after that. He did catch him and knock him down after, but his legs wasn't up under.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing. Yeah, he give him about another year and a half. He gonna be winning some gold.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I think they're matching him up well. That was a tough guy, a guy with punching power, a guy with like 30-something fights, professional. He's from the Bronx, New York, so we got to hold that L. But a tough professional, a guy that's got experience, and I think that's what they're starting to do. They're starting to match him up with guys with experience to see how he overcomes, guys with that are, I guess more man strength than him because he's only 20 years old. He's fighting men. Like in their late 20s, early 30s. So I like the way they're matching him up to build his confidence and see how he takes punches and how he deals with adversity. So I think in a year's time, I think you'll see him in a contender spot. If not fighting for a world title, but he'll fight for like maybe a contender, or maybe one of those division titles or intercontinental titles. I think by next year, late next year, we'll probably see that with Abdullah Mason. Real quick, Stick Talk Richie says, Boots got to get back to the gym, back to basics like defensive fundamentals and learning to stay composed and defensively sound. That's it. Perfect. I've said that too. Defense, he's got to work on defense. He's got hit too many times, and it wasn't just this fight. I've seen other fights where he's got hit, a bunch of times as well. He's got to work, more defensive. It's good to be offensive, good to have punching power. It's good to knock guys out, but you got to be defensively sound. Joe Diaz says, for real, guys, this is no BS. Andy Cruz will show him how to cut off the ring. I believe they work together. They're both trained by his, Boozy Ennis, the father. So yeah, if they're in the same camp and they, I think he'll help him. Andy Cruz is a good boxer, especially the Cuban style, right? So if that works, if that helps, go for it. There's a lot of punches at 35. Tank De Los Santos, body, and yes, and guys coming up as well. Whatchamacallit? Oh man, it just deleted. Why did that happen? Sorry about that. Jan Santana is one guy that comes to mind, and prospect that I'm looking to have on the show in the next few weeks. Just got to get somebody that could, speak Spanish to translate. Let's see. Abdullah Mason, he got dropped, came back, and got the job done. Well done. Yep. Stormy B-Man. TD Sposa, sorry, didn't know you was on live. It's all good, Stormy. It's all good. My cousin's going to call you back shortly. So don't laugh, Shelton.
Man, stop lying, man.
What am I lying about? Well, you calling me a
Man, you
liar.
Thomas, man. Man, you sound just like Thomas, man. Stop.
So
Man,
what? There's a
stop.
lot of people that sound like people. I mean, not a lot of people sound like you, like Darth Vader, but you know, the force be with you, bro. The force be with you.
Luke, I am your father. Go clean your room, Luke.
Oh man. Another fight I want to bring up before another fight I want to bring up before I sign off. I don't want to be on too long. I got something to do, and it's not even my laptop. It's my cousin's laptop. Damn it! Is the Keyshawn Davis fight? What I want to say about the Keyshawn Davis fight, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I watch the fight, and the more and more I'm just reading and seeing things. And I said this right before the fight to a few people. I'm not saying that the fight was fixed. I'm not saying that the guy took a dive. What I'm about to say is that I think Keyshawn Davis knew and told this guy, come in at whatever weight you want. I think Keyshawn Davis, when they set this fight up, he said, come whatever weight you want to come in. And I think he was already prepared to fight a guy at 140 pounds. Maybe not 141, but in my personal opinion, now this is an opinion of a casual, I think that Keyshawn knew that he was going to come in at 140 or 141 or whatever the case may be. And I think he told him, come in at whatever weight. And he prepared to fight a 140-pound fighter rather than a 135-pounder. Lemos has not fought at 135 in like a couple years or like in 4 fights, right? And most of his fights has been at 140. His last fight was against Richardson Hitchens at 140. And if you look at the fight, that guy came to, not to say he didn't come to win, but he didn't come prepared or come to box, not like he came against Hitchens. It's 2 different fighters. If you watch the fight against Richardson Hitchens against Lemos, there was a different fighter that fought Keyshawn Davis this past Friday. I don't care what anybody says. 2 different guys. That guy came in throwing jumping punches like in a video game, throwing whirlwind punches like chopping the land and hit a home run. He was swinging and missing like Giancarlo Stanton in the World Series, like Aaron Judge in the World Series. I'm a Yankee fan. I can do that. And that's what Lemos came to do. And you know what? Credit to Keyshawn. He did what he was supposed to do. Credit to Keyshawn. He sold 10 to 11,000 tickets, right? 10 to 11,000 fans came in Norfolk, Virginia, in comparison to, what big guys are. Ryan Garcia. I don't think Ryan Garcia ever sold out in Los Angeles, and that's a bigger city. So credit to Keyshawn for that. But as far as the fight and as far as him winning big fights because he beat Lemos, he's got to slow down. I love it. I love the talk. I love it. I love the energy. I love that he wants to fight the big guys, but he got to sit down, slow down just a little bit, win a world title, which I believe he's going to get a world title shot in his next fight.
Against whom?
What's
Dennis?
up?
Against who? Dennis?
No, yeah, that Baranek, the other Ukrainian or Russian guy.
Baranek.
Yeah, Baranek. Yeah, he's the I think he's the WBO champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he beat Navarrete, and that I guess it was for a vacant title. So I think he's going to get that fight next. So we'll see. I hope he gets a fight next. He get a title. I mean, I don't think that guy's any good. He should beat that guy, but you never know. As we saw yesterday, we saw a Ukrainian fight well against Boots Ennis. So you never know. But I think Davis will get a title fight next. I think he's going to fight. I think that's the next fight. I think he's going to end up fighting him. Where the fight's going to be?
Eliminator.
Or a title eliminator, but I think he's going to get the title. I think Top Rank will give him the title shot. So that guy hasn't fought since he beat Navarrete. Like that's another bad thing about the sport where these guys, they're fighting once or twice a year. He fought I think that fight was in May, and look, we're already at the end of the year, so it's like almost a year. That guy hasn't fought, and he's a world champion. That's crazy.
And the next time he fight, he'll be on the shelf for over a year or 2, I bet.
Yeah. Stick Talk Richie says Ryan tweets he'll knock out Boots. Not saying that, but not doubting if he could catch home. His left check hook is his best punch, and he can get caught holding the phone like Abdul. It can happen. You know, I mean, Ryan's just talking. I thought it was pretty funny when he mentioned the ref because he criticized the ref. I thought that was a funny thing about the tweet, but Ryan just likes to talk and tweet. You know, Ryan doesn't
But
even know.
can he take Boots power though? That's the fucking question.
Exactly. Can he take Boots punching power? And can Ryan pick a weight that he wants to fight in?
So, exactly.
Like what weight?
The only 140 fighter that never weighed 140.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Every 140 fight he had, he come over.
He come overweight. The Duarte fight, he was like 140, over 142, I think.
Yep. Every one of them when he fought what's that black Hispanic dude name?
Fortuna, right?
Yeah, Fortuna, he was over.
Fortuna. Yep.
When he fought that African cab driver, he was over.
Who is the
Togo, whatever his name was?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that was a while. Yeah.
Yeah, little Akon just ran around the ring the whole fight.
Oh my God, man.
I'm just saying, man, that dude was running, bro.
But yeah, anyway, let me I think that's it. I mean, I don't know. I just wanted to come on and just talk this real quick, you know, see what everybody likes to say. I'm going to mention one thing about Abdullah in comparison to what YouTube channels and content creators and some fans do. You know, I think it's wrong what they do when they go ahead and they criticize guys just because they got dropped, and they look for the worst moments and not look at that, like the great moments or the great points of the fight. They're always looking at, oh, but Abdullah got dropped, but they don't want to talk about
how he got dropped.
Huh?
Muhammad Ali got dropped.
Muhammad Ali got dropped. You know,
Mike Tyson got dropped.
Yeah,
Sugar Ray Leonard got dropped.
Yeah, early. You know,
you know what I'm saying?
It happens. You know, but I will say this: imagine, you know, we got to be consistent. If Vargas was the one to get dropped, we'll hear the same thing too. Let's say Emiliano Vargas, you know, who's another top prospect, who eventually I think will face Abdullah Mason, you know, in years to come. That's going to be the mega fight because those are really good prospects. I think both are very, very good. I still favor Abdullah over Vargas, but I think that's going to be a great fight. But if Vargas was to get dropped, imagine everybody would be killing him too. You know, I think we need to point at the good things, you know, unless they're making numerous mistakes, then yeah, we got to point that out as boxing fans. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just don't like it. I like the criticism.
He got caught with some weird angles because he had his hand up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He had his hand up and he just got caught. That's what I'm saying. It was a flash knock and he got up. He wasn't hurt. He was not hurt in any moment, you know, so.
And then he was actually, when he got dropped, he was trying to get back up and go right back to fight.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was not like, you know, it's not like, you know, I know some people already, I saw some people, and some people say that his chin is suspect. That doesn't mean his chin is not suspect. You can get, you got the greatest chin and just
was trying to get back that dude.
You could, yeah. Let's see, hands down, in my opinion, Davis versus Martin and Mason versus Vasco has been the best and most exciting fight. Yeah. Davis versus Martin was a great fight. And I would love to see Frank Martin.
What's your NFL team, Thomas Cousin?
I don't like football.
Hey.
I know my cousin likes the Seahawks, and he's miserable. So I don't like seeing my cousin
too, man. The Seahawks are trash.
I don't like to see my cousin all miserable and stuff. So, you know, I just not to like football because I don't want to be miserable, you know. But
Seahawks are trash. Yeah. Gutter trash.
He hates the 49ers.
Yeah, he a hater like that.
Yeah, he's a hater. It's true. There's no doubt about it.
He's just mad that we whipped their ass. That's all.
Yeah. What was that? Yeah, you're a hater. So I'm trying to tell you, you're a hater. You talking shit. You're a hater. And he hates the Niners. I hate the Niners too, just because. So
yeah, okay, Thomas.
Speaking of Frank Martin, that'd be a fight I would love to see. I'd love to see Keyshawn Davis fight Frank Martin. I think that'd be a great fight.
Didn't Frank move up to 140?
Did he?
I heard that that's what happened. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I guess we'll wait to see when his next fight is. So
Because he looked kind of drained that last fight.
yeah. No,
I think
140 we got
Boots needs to
Raekwon
move
is a
up
good fighter.
too.
What's up?
Boots needs to move up.
He either got to move. I don't think he needs to move up. I don't. I think he needs to stay at 147 and just fight one of the title lists. Or take another fight or two. I don't think he's ready for 154 just yet. Those
Brian
guys
Nimble.
they hit a lot harder than the guys at 147. 154 is
Yeah,
a deep division. So
yeah, but I think Boots will whoop Virgil Ortiz's ass though.
I think so too. But Virgil hits a lot harder than a lot of guys that he's been in the ring with.
Yeah,
So
but
if he doesn't
Virgil
work on
kind of
that
fight like
defense, he
that
can get caught.
Vila. You remember that cat Vila,
No,
the Argentinian dude Vila,
nah.
the one that Boots knocked out, who had got that gift over Speedy Rashidi.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes. He got the gift against Rashidi because he dropped them. But I know what you're talking about.
That dude, to me, Virgil Ortiz is like a more advanced version of him.
Yeah.
And then he
No,
fought that Ukrainian that last fight. And he really lost that fight.
I thought so too. I thought
How
so
you
too.
get dropped twice in a 10-round fight and win?
Yeah. I don't know, but yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Boots can't beat him. What I'm saying is that I don't want to see Boots get hit by him because I think Boots can beat Virgil, but he can crack, man, and he's gonna be. That's a fight. Sometimes you get up for certain fights too. Maybe another thing is Boots wasn't up for that fight yesterday. Maybe he
Yeah, he
thought it was
didn't
going to
want
be
to
an
fight
easier
him,
victory.
remember? He said that he didn't want to fight him.
Yeah. So I mean, it happens, but we gotta, we call it for what it is. Stick talk, Richie Raymond Ford looked sharp. He did. He looked really sharp at 130. He looked strong. Yeah. He should have got the guy out of there, but the guy was on his bike pretty much the second half of the fight. He looked good. I thought that guy was going to give him a tough fight, but props to him, to Ford. He only got one loss, and that was a close fight against Ball, which it could have went either way. You thought Ford beat Ball?
I thought he did.
Yeah, it was close. I thought it was mostly. I thought it was a draw. If anything, I think they wanted to reward Ball because he got robbed the fight before that against Vargas. I think they wanted to reward him. But yeah, I think it could have been a draw. It was a close fight. I would like to see a rematch, but he can't make the weight.
Yeah.
Who I really want to see.
I want to see him in Oshaki Foster.
That would be a good fight, but who I really want to see, because I'm a little bit selfish, I want to see him fight Shushu because he was talking a little smack about Shushu. That'd be a good fight. But Shushu would have to move up to 130. Which I think eventually he will, because Shushu's a big guy for 126. So, but I like Raymond Ford. I think he's good. That was a good win for him yesterday. Him and Roach would be a good fight too. Lamont Roach and Ford would be a great fight.
Mm-hmm. I think Ford will piece him up though.
Oh, Lamont Roach?
Mm-hmm.
You think he'll piece up Lamont Roach?
Yep.
Yeah. Lamont Roach is good. I know people criticize him because, Tank Davis picked him to fight.
He's a decent fighter. He pretty, But I think Ford got too much hand speed for him.
Yeah. Khalil Cole bit off more than he can chew. I don't think he bit off more than he can chew. I just think that they never had like a plan B. Like, I think, I don't know the trainer he's with now, but that's not his original trainer. His original trainer was Eric Roman. But I believe Eric Roman hasn't trained him for this is the second fight he's been without Eric Roman with this new trainer. And I don't think they came prepared for that fight. They were not ready. They thought they were going to run over this guy, and this guy came to fight. The body shots, I think, took a toll on him. Cole looked gassed. He didn't look prepared. He looked tired early too. So it's not that he bit off more than he can chew. I just think he came very unprepared, and I don't know what this trainer is. This new trainer he has is doing with him right now. To be honest, I don't know much about him either. So I do know his old trainer is a real good trainer. He's from here in New York. He's from Brooklyn. And that's Eric Roman, and they haven't worked together in 2 fights. So hopefully he bounces back. He can learn from it. And I think it all comes with preparation. And I don't think he was prepared. He was gassed early, and he really didn't have no answers. Like after, whatever game plan he had no adjustments or anything in that fight. So it was kind of sad to see, but that's boxing. The other guy came to fight and he finished him. And Cole just looked like he just looked defeated. He looked like a defeated fighter. So and credit to the ref for stopping that fight. Because some refs would have let that fight go on. Oh, Shelton went off. I'll drop it back if you want to come back, but I'm probably going to end it, Mr. Shelton. Lemos is unprofessional just went for that and ate the canvas. I agree. I mean, anybody that comes in overweight like that is disrespectful. But I don't know if you caught what I said earlier on. I think they told him to do that, or they said come in at whatever weight you want, and I think that's what Lemos did. That's just my opinion. I really think that Keyshawn Davis, they told him because he picked the top rank. Oh, all right. No doubt, Mr. Shelton. I got you. Thanks for coming through. I think because Top Rank didn't want this guy. This was Keyshawn handpicked this guy. And Top Rank advised not to take this guy as a fight. So I think there's something there where he knew and he prepared to fight a guy at 140, maybe 140, not 141. But and if you watch the fight, Lemos said he didn't come like he came wanting to win, but not prepared to win, if that makes sense. Coming in there, throwing jump punches, swinging for the fences, all crazy and wild. That's not the way he fights. He's a pressure fighter, yes, but he didn't fight like that against Hitchens. So I honestly, really believe that he came in overweight because they told him come in whatever weight you want. We'll be ready for you. That's what I honestly feel. Plus, they had something in the contract where he couldn't be over 145 in the night of the fight. So there was like a 10-pound hydration clause, something like that. So even though he came at 141, he couldn't weigh more than 145 on fight night. So it was a totally different scenario as far as where Ryan and Devin Haney, where Ryan came in 3 pounds over and then he ballooned up to like 180, 185. Because I really believe both fighters ballooned up in weight, but Ryan looked like he was like 180, 185 the night of the fight. So I think it's two different scenarios. Lemos could not go over 145 in fight night. So from what they said, I mean, that's I didn't see the contract and I wasn't there at the weigh-in. Saying when they weighed him the day of the fight. So, but yeah, guys, that's all I got. Wanted to come on here, talk a little trash. I was gonna put the camera to prove that I am not, Thomas, that I am, the casual boxing fan. We're probably going to do more of these as we go on. As we go further, we'll do a little bit more. We'll do maybe one time a week. I'll do something if Tom lets me. If not, you can catch us every Friday night or Saturday night on Friday night Sports Talk. And we didn't do our football picks this week. It's just been very busy, very, very busy here. Personal life with the both of us and stuff like that. Family issues and not family issues, but personal issues. Let's put it at that. Let's just read this real quick. On top of all that, the call out was crazy because he had Tank been in there and he was fighting like that, he would have. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you with that one. 1,000%. But yeah, if you guys got any comments, leave them in the comment section after the video. Share the video. Next time, feel free to hit the link, come up and talk to me. Give me your take, and give me your opinions. I'm not about debating, but I'm all about conversating and conversing about, boxing topics. So next time, we'll do this. Anybody could come up. We could talk boxing, say your piece. I don't criticize anybody for their opinions. We keep it friendly. We keep it boxing. And it's all but love and respect. So, all right, Angel, I got you. Absolutely. I'll let Thomas know. So once again, thanks for coming through. This is the Boxing Casual, a.k.a. the casual boxing fan, a.k.a. I really don't know nothing about boxing. And you guys have a good and great rest of your Sunday afternoon and evening. And we'll catch you guys later this week on TD Sports Talk. Peace.